What's up, YouTube world? It's Brent here. I'm a little exhausted, but I wanted to make this video real quick. Um, Actually, I'll bring myself into some better light for you. Um, there we go. A little bit better. I'll show you my no shave November beard here. I've had to clean up the neck for work, but haven't shaved all month. Since I shaved on the 27th of October. So I guess this is about a full month right here. Today's the 27th. Um, and that's what I got going on. But I wanted to make this video because I kind of had a life-altering experience today. um, which was kind of cool. I was at the batting cages, and there was a group of guys at the cages next to mine, and I was having, I hadn't been to the cages in a while, and my thumb, if you can't tell, is still a bit swollen. So still having some issues with it. My shoulder's still kind of hurting a bit. Um, so I just wanted to go and really focus on my form, So I went into the slow cages, so therefore I could just focus on my swing, focus on the path of the bat, focus on my weight distribution, focus on everything, without having to worry about being too fast, without having to worry with all that. So anyway, long story short, I was in the slow batting cages, and these guys were next to me, and I was just having a really bad night. I was missing it all. I guess it had been a minute since I'd been at the cages, so I guess I had to get warmed up, and it wasn't helping that it was slow. My timing was really, really off. So these guys were just talking shit, really. They were just making comments, and I knew they were talking about me, and I knew they were making rude comments about me. Um, so at first I kind of felt, I started to get a little pissed off about it, because, at first it was like, okay, whatever, and then they just kept going, and I'm like, damn, like, kind of get a little irritated, like, do you have nothing better to do with your time? But I took a deep breath, and I took a different approach about it. Um, and because I wanted to stand up for myself, of course, I didn't think it was okay that they were just talking about me like that. But I didn't want to stoop to their level. So, and I just took a deep breath, and I turned to them, and, and I just mentioned, like, I joked about how I wasn't playing that great, and they were doing really well. They were hitting really well. So I asked if they played in a league, and I brought that up because I play in a league, and they said they played in a softball league, and well, I asked if they played for college or whatever. They said no, and if they'd played in college, and they said they played in a softball league, and and I brought up my league, and I said if they were interested or whatever, and then I said I didn't know why I was missing all those, but if they had any tips or whatever, I just started playing baseball in April, and I'd be interested in hearing it. And the conversation just kind of like was whatever. It kind of just faltered off, and I'm like, all right, whatever. I pretty much just said it to let them know, like, hey, I know you're talking about me. I'm not gonna stoop to your level, but it's not cool to talk about me. And then just to kind of be nice, I guess. I don't know. I'm just a nice guy, so I think if you counteract with being nice, it does make people think. And it did in this situation. So I ended up saying that, and I went back to doing what I was doing. And I was batting, and I ended up starting to hit. I got warmed up, and I started making good contact and hitting really well. And you know, well, at first, actually, before that, one of the guys, he was like, keep your eye on the ball, or he said he kept his eye on the ball, or whatever. I don't know. He made some rude comment about keeping your eye on the ball, which I know was rude and directed at me because I kept missing the ball, and just the way he said it. But I joked about that too. So I don't know why I'm missing all of these, but definitely got to do that. And then I started doing really well. I started making contact, and hitting really well, which really gained my confidence. I had a great session today. It was very helpful. So I actually saw a really cool video, which I had posted yesterday on my Facebook. If you're watching this on Facebook. And I think I might have favored it if you want to check him out. But Touchem Baseball is the guy who does it. TOUCHEM Baseball. He's got a lot of really great informative videos that I enjoy watching. But anyway, that's all backstory. So did whatever at the cages, and I had a couple sessions, and the guys started to leave. And afterwards, one of the guys had actually stayed, and he gave me pointers. He gave me input on it. Had a good conversation. He was really nice. We just talked for a little bit, and he said, "Have a good night," and he was just really nice. And it occurred to me, I feel like they were all kind of being douchebags. I mean, they were saying real. I'm not going to say what they were saying, but they were saying some, kind of messed up things at me, just really rude. Um, and uh, and they kind of had like this. They were hitting well, and I think they knew that they could hit well. And they just kind of had this douchebag personality, I guess, towards them. At least that was my first impression. And I think after that, I think that guy, his friends had walked on. He was the only one who stayed and said something, which I thought was really cool of him. And I have a lot of respect for him for doing that. And the lesson I learned is that when you're nice to people, when you, and I could have been really angry about that. I could have said something. I could have started a fight. I could have, I could have really reacted wrong with the situation, and it did piss me off. But I countered it with just being nice, showing them respect, and which let them know, hey, I know you're talking about me. That's not cool. But it wasn't stooping to their level. And in the end, he ended up giving me pointers and being really nice. And I think at least he will think twice before talking about somebody that he doesn't know behind their back like that. And I think if we just take the time to be nice to each other, and I did this because it occurred to me to do this because I've been in bad moods and maybe somebody's rubbed me the wrong way who I didn't know, and I wouldn't act on it, but I'd be thinking some negative thoughts. And they would end up being really nice and open up my eyes. Like maybe I shouldn't judge or shouldn't, I need to control myself. Even though I don't act out on it, if I'm still thinking about it, there's always that chance. I feel like if it's active in your mind, there's always that chance you're gonna act on it. And you know, if you can eliminate even thinking like that in the first place, then that helps you, I guess is what I'm trying to say. I don't even know if I'm making sense. I'm overly exhausted. Uh, but long story short, I realized today I should just take the time to be nice to people. And maybe it'll work, maybe it won't. Maybe nothing will change. But I didn't let their words get me off focus. And I kept going, and that's another thing I learned too, because I feel like I don't perform well in front of people. I feel like people make me nervous maybe. So I feel like that's a big part. The mental game I really have to strengthen as well as my physical game. Um, and and I feel like the fact that I didn't let their nastiness and rudeness get me off focus. I just kept going and paying attention to what I was doing. I feel like that's helping me get on the right track with how to handle things. And like I said, who knows? I definitely do think he's going to think twice before he talks about somebody like that. So it was a cool experience, and I wanted to share. And I guess I'll see you guys when I see you guys. I don't know. You're not my fitness channel, but well, I'm not going to show you my body real quick because I'm going to I'm going to post this on Facebook, and I'm sure not everybody wants to see that because everybody on my Facebook already sees my training pictures every freaking day. Sorry. All right, I'll see you guys when I see you guys.